Hello everyone, welcome to PCB classes. This is the lecture number 7 on basic electrical engineering subject. Chalo, in this lecture we will be discussing some of the problems related to the KVL and KCL, Kirchhoff's laws, that we have already read in the lecture number 5. Fine. So let's start the lecture. Now we have already read about the KVL and KCL, but some portions are there which you have to look very minutely. Fine. So what is that thing? For example, if a voltage source is there, let us take its voltage is given as 5 volt. Clear? That means what? This is a battery or a voltage source which has 5 volt. That means it has certain amount of energy. Right? Now, this certain amount of energy will pump some current in the circuit. So, if this is a finite energy, then definitely the current which will be fed, it will be also of finite energy, finite current. So I am assuming that the current which is flowing here, fine, the current which is flowing, I am assuming it, this is not correct, fine, I am assuming it, everything is on the assumption. Assuming it that I equals to 4 ampere. 5 volt source is pumping 4 ampere current. Now, this current will travel in this way. But here you see, what is here? Is it connected? No, it is not connected. That means it is open. So what is the current flowing here at this terminal? Current will be equals to 0, because as it is open, the current becomes 0. But what is the current coming here? 4 ampere. Fine. That means what? We will go for the KCL part. What the KCL says? KCL follows law of conservation of charge. Conservation of charge. Fine. Conservation of charge. Now what it says? Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Rather, it can be transferred from one point to another. Clear? If current is traveling, what does it mean? The charge is traveling, right? So a finite amount of current is flowing means finite amount of charge is transferred. But what happens here? Current becomes 0 means the amount of charge is also 0. Charge cannot be destroyed. Charge cannot be destroyed. That means this type of circuit, what happens here? Supply is, if I will take about the I supplied is equals to 4 ampere, I delivered equals to 0 ampere. What does it mean? Here it means there is loss of charge. That means what? It implies that it violates KCL. It violates law of conservation of charge. Fine. Thus, violates KCL. Here in this case KCL cannot be applied. Right? Here the KCL cannot be applied because charge is destroyed here. It means loss of charge is there. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Here the charge is destroyed. Thus the KCL cannot be applied here. Fine. In this case, this is an open circuit case. Open circuit case where current becomes zero. That means that it cannot be applied here. But for this case, KVL can be applied. How we will see it? Fine. We will see it how the KVL will be applied here. See here. This is a voltage source. Fine. It has certain finite energy. Its positive polarity is connected to this open terminal. So can I say this one is positive terminal? Yes, definitely. Similarly, its negative is connected to here. Can I say this is a negative terminal? Yes. Whatever the energy it is there, the same will be reflected across this open terminal. So across this, the voltage will be 5 volt. Clear? 5 volt. So what will happen if I apply the KVL here? KVL, where it is entering? Minus 5. Next, where it is entering? Positive, plus 5. Is it equals to 0? Thus, KVL satisfies. So KVL is applied. That means what? Is there any loss of energy here? No. The energy equal, the same amount of energy is fed to this open terminal. Whatever element will be connected to that, the same amount of energy will be fed. That means it obeys law of conservation of energy. Thus obeys KVL. Fine. So what type of condition this one? Open terminal. So we'll write down this point. For open circuit condition, fine, KVL is applicable, whereas KCL can't be applied because it violates law of conservation of charge. If this type of condition is there, fine. Is it clear? Now, what type of condition is this one? Open circuit condition. Open circuit condition. Finite energy across the open terminal. But finite current, here it becomes equals to 0. So there is loss of current or loss of charge, we will say. Thus, it follows KVL, not KCL. Fine. Let us move to the another condition. The same circuit I am taking, but what I will do, I will connect these two terminals. That means what? This is said to the short circuit. Short circuit. If it is a short circuit, that means is there any element here? No. There will be resistance will be 0. So for this case, what will be the resistance? 0. Fine. If the resistance is 0, we can see the current direction. Resistance is 0, then what will be the voltage drop across these two terminals? We will find out. What is it? V equals to I into R. Let us take this is the current I. I multiplied with 0. So it is equals to 0 volt. So what is the voltage across it? 0 volt. So we will apply KVL. Apply KVL. Apply KVL. Let us see. Entering at negative, minus 5. Entering at positive, plus 0 equals to 0. Is it minus 5 equals to 0? Is it so? No. Minus 5 is not equals to 0. Thus, violates KVL, rather follows KCL. Fine. Whatever the amount of current it is coming out, the same amount of current will be flowing here. But this type of, because current is same here also the same current is flowing. This type of circuit follows KCL, but the problem is practically this type of circuit is not possible. Is not possible or not feasible. Why? Because if this is a case, what is the current here? Is there any resistance? No. So if I will take here current value, if I will take the condition here, current equals to V by R. What is the voltage here? Voltage is finite, 5 by 0. So what is its answer? Infinite. That means current will be very, very high, that is equals to infinite. Now tell me here, can a finite source can give infinite current? It is not possible. Fine. So this type of circuit is invalid, or practically it is not feasible. Clear? So these are the two conditions which I want to say before starting the problems of the KVL and KCL. Fine. We'll go for another type of concept, then after we will come for the problems. Get it clear? So let us take this one is 5 volt and this one is also 5 volt. Apply KVL. Apply KVL. So what I will write down? Here it is plus, minus, plus, minus. Where it is entering? Minus 5. Where it is entering? Plus 5 equals to 0. What is it? KVL satisfied. KVL satisfied. But for example, the same circuit I am taking, 5 volt is there and another 6 volt is there or 10 volt is there. Let us take 6 volt. You see the difference. Apply KVL. This is a positive, negative, positive, negative. Apply KVL. So what I'll get? -5 plus 6 equals to 0, which implies 1 equals to 0. Is it so? Can 1 will be equals to 0? No. Thus, therefore, KVL violates. KVL is not applicable here. Clear? This is another 5 volt. Fine. Apply KVL. This positive, negative, negative, positive. Apply KVL. What I'll write? -5. Next. Again -5 equals to 0. Is -10 is equals to 0? Never. So KVL cannot be applied in these two cases. KVL cannot be applied in these two cases. That means what? Whenever a voltage source is present, across it a same voltage source should be present, fine, whose value should be same as well as the polarity should be same. Then only the KVL is applicable. But here you see value is different, not applicable. Fine. Here the value is same, but here you see polarity. This is positive negative and this is negative positive. Will it be same? No, never. So KVL cannot be applied in these cases. So voltage source, what is the note we have to write down? What is the note? Voltage source can be connected to each other, right? Each other if the magnitude is same and polarity remains same. Clear? So this is the note you have to take care of it. Fine. Now let us see some simple problems on the KCL and the KVL. Fine. Such that this type of circuit is there. Fine. This is a problem given. Simple, very simple problem, right? We don't know the values of the resistor, fine, but the current is given. In this one, 4 ampere flows, in this 2 ampere, in this 7 ampere, in this 8 ampere. But the thing is, you have to find out the current Ix and Iy. Fine. Is there any loop? No. So we cannot apply here the KVL. First of all, it is very clear. Now, as the currents are given, we can apply the KCL. KCL where it is applied? At a node or a junction. So, we will search for a node. Okay, here one node is there. That is, let us take A. Here another node is there. That is B. Fine. So, at A, at node A, two currents are there. One is 4 ampere, another is 2 ampere, another is unknown Ix, which you have to find out. This is the node A. Apply KCL. Incoming should be equal to the outgoing. That means entering should be equal to the leaving. So first we'll see the entering part. Next we'll see about the leaving. Which one is leaving? Ix is leaving. Which one is entering? 4 ampere is entering, 2 ampere is entering. So equals to, this implies that Ix will be equals to 6 ampere. Clear? So this Ix is equals to the 6 ampere. Now we'll come for the node at node B. At node B, same thing will apply. Entering, leaving should be same. What are the entering? See here, what is entering here? 6 ampere is entering. 6. Another entering is 7 ampere. Fine. Leaving, how many are leaving? Iy is leaving. Another is 8 ampere is leaving. So what is Iy? 6 plus 7 minus 8. So what is Iy? What is Iy? 5. Clear? 5 ampere. So what is the Iy? Clear? This is how we have solved for the KCL. A circuit will be given and you have to see that what are the nodes present. At node, you have to apply the KCL. What is the KCL? It is saying entering current should be equal to the leaving current. That is why we have taken entering and leaving. Clear? Next. This is a problem given. We'll solve it. Current, we'll find out current in 1 ohm, 4 ohm and 2 ohm. Clear? Applying KVL. Find applying clear? This is a problem. So we'll apply KVL. Now see what I have said. for KVL is applicable for a closed loop. When a closed loop is formed, then only the KVL will be applicable. So what I'll do, how many loops are there? 2 loops. This can be a loop, this can be a loop. Fine. This is a loop, this is also a loop. So 2 loops are there. So I'll apply KVL. I have already said that I will be taking always in the clockwise direction. So I have taken this one in the clockwise direction, this one in the clockwise direction. Fine. Clear? Now we'll give the polarities. Fine. Step 1, what we have done? Step 1, so that is the second step. What we will do, we'll assume this current as I1, we'll assume this current as I2. Fine. Now if I1 enters here, this is positive, this is negative. Is it clear? We are considering about the I1 only. Here in 1 ohm the current enters here, so this is positive and this is negative. Fine. In 4 ohm the current will enter here, so this is positive and this is negative. First we'll assign the sign. So step number 3 is assign the polarities across the element in same respective loops. Clear? Similarly for I2, it's entering here. I2, this is positive, negative, this is positive, negative. Here it enters this side, this is positive, this is negative. Fine. Step 4, apply KVL. KVL analysis. Fine. So step number 4, apply KVL analysis. So we will apply the KVL for the loop 1. In loop 1, where the current is entering? Minus 30. Where the current is entering? Current is entering here. So plus I into R. I into R. So what I will write down? I1 into 1 ohm. Fine. Next, here it is entering. Plus I1 into 4 ohm. But see here, in this 4 ohm, I1 is entering, I2 is also entering. Which loop we are considering? Loop 1. Fine. So loop 1 will take it as a dominate loop. Fine. So I1 is dominating the I2. So how many currents are flowing in the 4 ohm? 2. So I will write down this one as I1 minus I2 multiplied with 4 ohm equals to 0. This is my first loop KVL equation. Clear? Whereas I'll write down this one, I2, this is secondary one, so I'm giving a different color, minus I2 into 4 ohm equals to 0. You can see here the current. Clear? Next, loop 2. We'll apply for the loop 2. In the loop 2, what happens here? It enters here positive. So I'll write down this one as plus, what is the current? I2. So I2 into 2 ohm. Next, enters in positive. So I2 into 2 ohm. Next, enters here positive. Yes, positive. What is the current entering? I2. But in this 4 ohm, same thing. How many currents? I1 and I2. But which loop we are considering? Loop 2. So I2 will be dominating over the I1. So I'll write down this one as I2 minus I1 multiply with 4 ohm, that is equals to 0. So this is my second loop equation, whereas the I1, I'll write down in this way, I1 is of different loop. So we have got 2 KVL equations. Fine. So solving these 2 KVL equations, we will be getting the answer. What is the KVL equation? Loop 1 equation we will get it. I1, I1, 4 I1, 5 I1, 5 into I1. Next, minus 4 I2 equals to 30. This is a loop 1 equation. Loop 2 equation, how much I will get? Minus 4 I1. Next, 4 I2, 4 I2, 2 I2, 2 I2. So I'll get as 8 I2 equals to 0. Fine. This is the loop 2 equation. So can we find out the, we'll multiply it with the 2. If I'll multiply this one with the 2, so what I'll get? This I'll rewrite as 10 I1 minus 8 I2 equals to 60, whereas this one is 4 I1 plus 8 I2 equals to 0. So these are the 2 simultaneous equations. So this will be cancelled and this will remain as 6 I1 equals to 60. So what is the current I am getting here? 60 by 6, that is equals to, I1 is 10 ampere. I1 is 10 ampere. Clear? So I1 I am getting as 10 ampere. What will be the I2? Substituting, we will get as I2 will be 5 ampere. Fine. This is how we have got the I1 and I2. Now see here, by substituting the values, what is the current flowing in the 1 ohm resistor? Current in the 1 ohm resistor is equals to, which current is flowing? I1. So what is the answer? 10 ampere. Similarly, in 4, I in 4 ohm, how many currents are there? I1 and I2. So I can write down this one as I1 minus I2. What is the I1? 10 minus 5 equals to 5 ampere. Similarly, I in 2 ohm equals to, what is I in 2 ohm? Only I2. So what is I2? 5 ampere. This is your answer. Fine. You can make a note.